everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Finalhazard, the prototype to the ultimate podcast. Done. I'm your host, the Matthew of the Happies, and I'm joined today by people.
Wait, does that make me the regular of co-hosts, Seth the Real?
Probably.
Okay. And we're also joined by Figure 8 regular Martin, that's your cue.
Oh shit. Hi, I'm here.
With special guest star
Smart fella Boostifer.
Boostifer is here.
Not a fart
Smart fella, fart smella, hell yeah, brother.
Guys, Sonic 2!
This movie was good.
Yes!
Number one movie in the world.
Number
Sonic
one movie
2.
in the world, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So this is
Number
our
one
review.
movie in the world!
Whoa!
$71
Fuck
million
you, Morbius! Sonic Sweep! Sonic Sweep!
Fuck
$71 million at the box office. Let's get into a trillion, baby. Let's get into a trillion.
These motherfucking movies
man.
print money.
Shout
That's
out
crazy,
to
man.
Zach Brickowski for single-handedly funding this movie at
Okay,
the box
so
office.
Zach Brickowski is a person in a server that we all frequent. He's cool. He's I think seen the movie 9 times,
God, I wish that.
and
was
he's still buying tickets.
I don't
to go
care
see
if they
it.
make fun
He's
of
a
you,
legend.
Zach. I don't care if they make fun of you, Zach. You're cracked. You're cracked
You're
at
a
life.
hero.
See, I'm both concerned for your wallet, but also I just want to
Don't
see
listen
how
to-
high the
don't
number
listen
can
to
go.
His
I just wanna see how
tickets are
many-
so cheap. He doesn't have to worry about his wallet. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, so this will be. We're gonna start off. We're gonna give our spoiler-free thoughts, and then after we're done with that, we're gonna go through the movie. We're gonna give our hot takes. We're gonna tear it apart like Nostalgia Critic style. No, I'm just kidding. But we're gonna go through the movie after that.
I remember
so-
you don't have to.
Yes. Since Boost is our guest, if you were to sum up your thoughts on this movie in like 2 to 3 sentences without spoilers, what would you say?
Peak fiction, red pilled, cracked. Literally, no hyperbole. Best movie ever because I said it is obviously biased. Yeah.
All right, I can agree with that. We'll go down the Discord list, Matt.
Awesome, based, outstanding, amazing film, cinematic masterpiece, the peak of cinema. Honestly, every movie ever made should aspire to be like Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Marty.
Advantageous, angelic, beatific. Better than the first one.
Absolutely.
I know what that last one means. That I can understand that, but everything. I agree, dude. I agree.
See, I'm gonna look like a stupid little idiot because I wrote like a small paragraph.
Groovy.
I will summarize it down. It is if the first movie was like a movie with Sonic in it, then this one is like a Sonic movie. And it's really good, and it adapts Sonic 2 and 3 on the Genesis in like a really cool way, like remixing its own lore with the game lore. And there's like so many little references to not just the classic games, but like the adventure era of Sonic, and like visually, and it even has like the same sort of like spirit that Sonic Adventure 1, 2, Heroes, all those games have, which is like, since that's my era of Sonic, makes me so very happy.
It takes care of the beats it needs to, and in that right, it is a source accurate material in its own right.
Right. It has a really interesting way of having Sonic as a character grow, which is really refreshing because in a lot of Sonic media these days, Sonic is very static. So seeing him, like, especially if you like start at the first movie and go to the end of this one, there's like a complete like actual character arc that's really good. The human
It's different
characters, the human characters come back for this movie. The weakest side of the movie for sure, but like I don't think it overstayed its welcome or anything. And I enjoyed the scenes that they were in. I was still like, because it was still linked back to Sonic in like little ways and tied into like how the movie ended. So that was good. If I'm gonna be the negative Nancy here, there's like nothing incredibly wrong with this movie, but there are like little things, like not every joke lands. Despite that, this movie is like pretty funny, but not every joke lands. You can tell it was like, oh, this is kid movie humor.
Like,
Kids
like,
behind me,
Bob
kids
Everson.
behind me in the theater were laughing, so target demographic reach. But you know,
Like
not
a
every
SpongeBob
joke was for
episode.
me.
Is it? This might say a lot about me, but like, I don't know. I laughed
Yeah.
at most of the jokes, but I was also in the theater by myself, so I didn't have anybody next to me to be like, "Hey guys."
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I laughed at most of the jokes, just not all of them.
Yeah.
That when we get to the spoilers, we'll
Yeah,
talk about
I
a few of
don't
those.
know. I don't remember most of the jokes either, so like that's probably because I'm gonna see it again tonight. So like, I'll be like more like in tune
In
with
tune with it,
everything.
yeah.
I think the only negative thing I have to say about it is I mean it's really something that could be really edited in post. I feel like there could have been a more content that was in the final like cut that should have been deleted. But like ultimately it doesn't really take away everything that you need for the movie to be good is already there. It just kind of drags on sometimes. And that's nothing like an edit can't fix or something.
I
Mhm.
still, despite that though, I still enjoyed the movie like from beginning to end.
Yeah, I went with two people, both my roommates. And it felt like every time something happened, they were looking at me to see my reaction, which was kind of funny because I'm the person that likes Sonic. But it's very like there were definitely points in the movie that were like, okay, this is a bit of a slow moment. This is for the kids to kind of like chill out from, you know, emotion slash like emotional overload in terms of what's going on the screen slash stimulus.
Yeah.
We're just kind of like chilling out for a little bit, watching, I don't know, Rachel get married or something. But it's the B plot is there kind of for like you can tell it's there for breathing room.
Yeah.
Which I think, I don't know if this is like a hot take. I think did its job and worked.
Yeah, it was
Because
fine.
like every review I see is like, yeah, human stuff was bad. Like
It wasn't that bad.
it wasn't that bad.
Wasn't terrible.
Like
I mean,
I even have that thought about like like the early Transformers movies, like the first three, like kind of the same feelings like I have towards those, where it's like, yeah, this is like my cat is crying, but this is like the you know the human element that it's apparent throughout the series. It's always been there. With Sonic, it's a little weird because I mean we've had the human element sometimes, and then most of the time it wasn't good. But I enjoy the human cast in these movies. I don't know.
I think the human cast is really good at doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
I think as well, like Lieutenant Stone, fucking Eggman, Jim
Agent
Carrey,
Stone, Dr. Eggman's homosexual life partner.
and
They're gay, dude.
like
They're super gay.
They're
They're-
in love, right?
They're in love. I absolutely.
I
Agent Stone.
think he's in love with Eggman, and like
Eggman doesn't
like-
care about him.
and Eggman doesn't care about him.
No.
Yeah, I would not be surprised in the next movie he gets put into a jar and becomes Orbot.
Okay.
He just becomes
Not
robot.
where I thought you were going with that.
Like his brain, not
Yeah, no, I
him
get-
in the jar.
No.
But I was like,
That is so grim. Holy fuck.
You like see his like Orbot's like the red part is like transparent. You see his brain in there.
Some RoboCop
That'd be
shit.
shit. That'd be so fire, dude. Imagine.
Like you can see like the
No!
electricity going on. That'd be
Imagine.
cool. I smell your electricity. running
His
through your brain.
synapses, dude.
Ah.
But
No,
but that's pretty much our spoiler-free thoughts. Sonic 2, labor of love for the series. If you got kids, if you have kids, why you watching us? But if you got kids, or if you like Sonic, and you want to see a kids movie with Sonic that's really good, and you'll like it too, go watch it.
this movie is also doing really well in terms of reviews. 97% audience score and 67% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's got a fresh score, which is
It's
always
doing-
good.
Spider-Man 2002 of video game movies. Let's go!
Honestly,
What?
pretty good. That's
super good.
It's doing really fucking well. And
like we were saying, it's #1 movie in the world right now at the box office.
I mean,
so.
every movie's #1 in the world at some point.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like, but this
it's
is
usually
our number
like in
one
recent
movie.
times, it's usually like Marvel movies.
Not Morbius.
Nope.
No, Morbius was #1 movie in the world
Yeah, and then
For about
Sonic
2
came
days.
out.
for about 2 days,
Uh-huh.
and then Sonic 2 came out. So,
Which is weird because Morbius has like terrible reviews and terrible word of mouth, like
but people
thought.
went to go see it.
But people
Get
still
some
saw it.
fries.
I didn't even know it existed until I started seeing memes about the empty theaters.
Come on, Vegeta, we gotta go fight somewhere without any people. Kakarot, I told you we couldn't fight in the Morbius theater. #Morbius suite. There's too many people here.
Who knew the midnight showing of Morbius would be this crowded?
This is the second time Sonic has fucking murdered a comic book movie in the box office. That's crazy.
Yup.
That's
Birds
insane.
of Prey, who?
I'm sorry, Birds of Prey was actually pretty good.
It was pretty good.
But yeah,
But
it's
I'm
an
praying-
interesting.
I'm praying it's sleeping well in heaven.
I
Yeah.
really hope that like whenever the next movie comes out, whenever Sonic 3 comes out, it happens at the same time as like a Marvel film
Oh,
and it just destroys it because I think it'd be really funny.
Oh, can we go to the spoilers already? Because I really want to talk about the next one. I really do.
Okay. What we're gonna
Stitching.
do? Okay, so I guess we've kind of exhausted our spoiler-free thoughts,
For
but
those who have not seen this movie yet, what's wrong with you? And spoiler warning for the entire fucking 2-hour runtime of this film, okay?
Yeah, it was
so
2
what
hours.
we want you to do right now is pause the video, keep it in a tab, pause the video, go see the movie, come back, watch the rest
You
of
have
it.
seconds.
You have
You have seconds.
Oh, hold on, we'll wait. Welcome back. It's time for the spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what we should do is we should just go through it, like, just kind of plot point by plot point, discuss our thoughts. Kind of what we did for, like, because I wrote a fucking shit ton of notes. But, like, what we did for the Sonic Central, where we just kind of went in order. So, the movie begins, right? And it's the Mushroom World. Eggman's up to his old tricks trying to get back to the real world. So, he,
He's
like,
also
builds...
making mushroom coffee.
He's making mushroom coffee, which...
It's a real
Like-
thing, by the way.
That's real?
Yes, it's real. It's like vegan coffee. I don't know.
You know what though? The mushroom coffee, I can only explain why Eggman acts the way he does in this movie. Because I'm convinced Eggman is just high off shrooms. But yeah, he uses the quill that he got from the first movie. He opens like a portal, and like these like Chozo from Metroid looking motherfuckers show up, and he straight up kills one of them. One of them is not getting back up because they fucking he gets like trapped in like a trap and like flung across the fucking into the horizon. He's not living after that. But then he tries to go through the portal and Knuckles is here. What do you guys think of Idris Elba Knuckles?
Dude, he's the best Knuckles. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that blunt. He's the best Knuckles. I don't
Like the
I
best
only-
voice or the best like written interpretation of this character? Like, what do you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for both of those.
Oh my god.
I
Sorry.
We'll talk about it more when we talk about like future scenes, but like Warrior Himbo fish out of water Knuckles is really good.
It's
No,
really
but-
good because they made him kind of dumb, but not in a way that like recent or Sonic media has made Knuckles dumb in like an annoying
Boom.
way.
He
Boom.
They
has,
made him just kind of like a little dense.
He's
he
like
has a specific culture to him that makes him like a really distinguishable, really you can archetype his character, but at the same time he's not a flat character like what the newer Sonic games tend to do with all the characters these days.
he's
Um,
like
He
he
has
goes through a
depth
really good.
while he's also like he has depth while he's also like fitting into not a stereotype, but it's a type of character you can easily describe, I think.
Yeah.
He's the fish. He's the fish out of water, like alien war from a warrior clan who's in like this strange new world.
Yeah, and going back on and going on that point, I recently watched a video about the Sonic movie by a YouTuber, Johnny Two Cellos. Check him out. He made a video about like the Sonic movie and shit, and he talked about how like Knuckles kind of reminded him of Thor in the first movie. In terms of character,
That's funny.
yeah,
I can
like how like
I can see that actually.
like you know the scene when he's in the fucking when he's in the fucking what is it, Denny's or some shit. He's in the Denny's and like he's like, wow, that was some good food, and throws the fucking
Another
glass on the floor. He's
That's
like,
something Knuckles in this universe would do.
he's like,
I'm convinced.
He's like, why don't you bring me another type beat, bro?
Once bring me another. But back to the synopsis, right? So Knuckles he sees the blue quill in Eggman's hand. And he's like, "Oh wait, bruv, where did you get that?" I'm not gonna do that. He's like, "Where did you
Okay.
get that?" And then Eggman's like, "Oh, I'll show you. Whoa, take me through the ring." And then we catch up with to Sonic, what he's doing, right? And he's in Seattle, and he's stopping like a bank robbery, and he's like,
By the way,
and he's like, there's a hostage in like the truck, and this hostage is kind of an asshole, but like Sonic's also being an asshole, so it's kind of warranted. And like
He's scared, man. He has no other choice but
like,
to be
like,
an asshole.
he's scared, right? This strange alien creature just hopped in the whip, right?
Like, who the
Hop
fuck
in the
are
whip.
you?
And he can't reach the fucking brakes.
oh yeah, he can't reach the brakes. He can't stop. Like because
I don't know if there were no brakes in the truck or what, but like
no. So what happened is that when he kicked the guy driving the he kicked the passenger of the truck to get into the truck, and the guy landed on the like gas pedal, and he was covering the brakes, and then the driver he fell out of the truck. I'm convinced he died.
He's dead for sure.
And then Sonic, there's like bombs in the truck, right? And so he like throws them into the sewer, and then they're about to crash, and like Sonic does this like cool thing where he like zips around, he like
Dismantles
the truck, and then the bombs explode in the sewer, and then we get like this cool Sonic Adventure opening-esque shot with all of the water spewing out of the exploding what are the things called? Manholes.
Manholes, yeah.
And like he even looks over the city like he does in the opening cutscene of SA1.
Yeah, baby.
Which is super sick. If he said, "Oh yeah, this is happening," I would cry. Okay, I would have cried there in the theater. Grown ass man.
He then like self-proclaims himself as the Blue Justice, which I thought that it was going to be like an annoying running joke through the movie, but it's not, thankfully, because I wasn't like totally on board with him calling himself something.
Yeah.
He did that in another. He had something like that in the first movie, but it wasn't like in that one.
The town called him like the Blue Devil,
Yeah,
or something like that.
the one guy, the one crazy guy who I think is dead.
This movie's bad because Crazy Carl from the first one isn't in it. He's gone. He's for some reason. Where is he? Where's
He's
Chainsaw Man? Then after that, Sonic runs back home and we find out that he's like known in the town by like select people, but
Yeah.
he's still very like, no, he has to be in the house, right? He's like cooped up in the basement, and he's like sneaking out to go do superhero shenanigans. And then Tika Sumpter, what's her character's name? It's like
That's a problem.
Maddie. That's her name.
Oh, that's her name?
That's her name.
Damn.
And she's like, "Oh, dude, Sonic, you're still sleeping?" And Sonic's been out all night, so he's like, "I'm tired." He's got a race car bed as a. I didn't notice that because in Archie he has a race car bed.
That?
Yeah.
Wait, no, they show that in the first movie.
Oh, did they? I didn't
I like
notice.
the
It's at
very
the,
end.
it's
I
at
thought he
the
had a
end.
beanbag chair.
It's at the end.
You forgot.
Like the fine, like when they show him his room.
I remember he
Yeah.
had a beanbag chair,
Yeah.
but I didn't notice the race car bed. He has a race car bed in this movie, and I guess the last movie too. But then we get a scene where Tom and Sonic they're at the lake and they're fishing, right? And this scene is like, this is the scene where we like establish the theme of the movie. It actually establishes two things. It establishes one thing about Sonic's character is that he can't swim and he's afraid of water, which I don't think any piece of canon really addresses. Like it's always like a manual thing.
Like
No.
X
I think X did it.
X.
X
Does X
addresses
do
the
it?
fear of water.
Yeah.
In multiple episodes.
Okay. But like I feel like
But like
Was
the
that, like-
games
was it
never
ever,
the
like, a
games never
joke?
really mention it. The
was that
game
like a
never really
joke thing in X, or was it like an actual like character?
It was a legit thing. I remember them bringing it up a couple
There-
times in a serious
No,
manner.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
that's
one
the
episode
where like
there-
Sonic is on a cruise and he's like, "I fucking hate this. I hate
Yeah,
that there's
he's
water
like,
out."
no,
here."
he's going crazy. It's
Yeah.
you know that one,
okay.
one gif of Sonic like Sonic like reaching his arms out to the sky and then he like just falls to his knees.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay. It's been such a long time
Yeah,
since
that
I've
one.
seen X.
And then there's also like the episode where he fights Knuckles. Ha 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 ha. Funny. Where he like
That's right. He
he's
like
like
falls
he doesn't
into a
run he
puddle.
doesn't run across the water to
Back.
save like Amy and Tails and Chris because he's like fuck. There's water in the way.
What does he do? Does he just run around it?
I think so, yeah.
It's been a while.
But yeah, like this movie kind of sets that up as like a thing Sonic has to overcome, which I thought was
Oh
neat.
my god, and that's so smart too. The way they did it is so fucking good. Because the way, can we just skip ahead? No, I'm just kidding. But
We'll get there. We'll get there soon.
Ah!
But we establish the theme of the movie that really like solidifies like the journey Sonic's gonna go on is like, sure, he can like try and go out and be a superhero, and like there's gonna be some point where they even say this in the trailers. There's gonna be some point where Sonic's powers are going to be needed, but that he can't
But
just choose that moment. The moment has to come to him naturally. So which is really nice.
Yeah.
And we kind of and Sonic's whole like thing in this movie is like, if the last movie was Sonic learning that he can be a hero, this one is like learning what it means to be one. And he gets like the Uncle Ben speech. It's neat.
And then Tom dies and Sonic has to learn.
And then
Great
Sonic's like, I missed the part where that's my problem. and then
You'll
he
get
goes
this
like,
rent when you fix this damn door, buddy.
you'll get your rent when you fix this damn door.
Oh,
And then after that, Tom and Maddie go off to Hawaii for human subplot. And then
Rachel's getting married to the guy from Criminal Minds. Wait,
Is he?
Yeah, it is.
What, he's a guy from a thing that you'll recognize
yeah,
if you watch TV. So that, what happens after that? We cut back to Sonic. He's at home chilling, and the power goes out, and Eggman comes back, and he's like, "Oh my god, Eggman's here!" They call him Eggman multiple times in this movie, which they only did like once last time.
Wait, did they call him Eggman in the first movie?
Sonic calls him Eggman like once.
Oh, he's like, "All right, Eggman, or something like that. He says
because I know his thing. Because I know his thing was like giving people nicknames and shit in the
yeah,
first
and he just
one.
stuck with it.
Yeah,
He's
and
like,
he's
"These
and,
flying eggs are pretty impressive, Mr. Eggman," and that's where it's like that's where it comes
Okay.
from.
yeah. So Eggman shows up, and Sonic's like, "Get the fuck out of my house!" What? Die! And he like charges at him,
I'm a
which
child
it,
who's alone at home.
and then Eggman like steps aside, and then fucking Knuckles shows up, and he just like rocks Sonic's shit, and
Goated.
No reason, for no fucking reason, just beats the shit out
he
of
just
him.
beats the shit out of Sonic. Sonic gets beat up quite a few times in this movie.
Very good, very good.
There's a lot of visible damage,
I
and
think
by visible damage I mean dirt.
he spends the majority of this movie like getting his ass kicked.
Getting
It's
beat
really
up.
dirty.
His
It's
shit
really like
kicked,
muddy and dirty.
Yeah.
And I skipped something, but before that, we cut to Tails entering the real
Yeah,
world. The human world.
it's the post credit scene from the first movie.
And he's like, I gotta go fast
I hope I'm not too late.
And then he steals a cop car. He steals a police car.
He steals what's his name? Wade. He steals Wade's car.
He still yeah.
He steals Wade's car.
He steals the car, right? And then he disappears for a little bit, and then we cut to Eggman and versus Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic and Knuckles versus each other, and like Knuckles is like, "What the fuck? Where's like the ultimate power I'm destined to have, fucking idiot?" And Sonic's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And Eggman's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And we learn that Knuckles' entire clan and Sonic's like owl mom Longclaw from the first movie were like bitter enemies, and that like Sonic is like the key to some sort of, or Knuckles believes Sonic is the key to some sort of like ancient like power or whatever. And then Tails comes in and fucking rams Knuckles with a cop car.
Goated, by the
He
way.
literally hits him with the car square on.
It's so funny because like some time passes and he reveals he's got like a little contraption on the seat because he can't fucking reach the gas pedal.
He can't reach the pedals because he's really small.
He's too fucking small. He can't.
Tails is adorable in this movie, by the way. He is adorable.
He is very cute. There was a point where, as the car was about to hit Knuckles, I thought he was going to like punch outward and like stop the car, but then it literally hit him and he flew across the screen, and I kind of screeched a little bit because I was like, "Oh god, I wasn't expecting that."
He just gets like, "Brian, look out!" Oh, dude. But then Tails like grabs Sonic and he's like, "Get in the car," and they drive away. And I was thinking, why doesn't Sonic just like run away? But you know, dramatic tension. And then Sonic's like, who are you? Who is that? What is going on? Tails is like, "I'm Tails. You can guess why." And Sonic's like, "Two Tails." And he's like, "How'd you know?" He's like, "Okay. Who is Knuckles?" And he's like, "That's Knuckles." And Knuckles has like a cool like title in this movie. Like they call him like the strongest warrior in like the universe or something, which is like good for him. He's got like a reputation amongst like the galaxy, which is neat. I wasn't totally on board with the idea of like alien Sonic, but like they're going through with it, and like they're doing it in like a way that like doesn't bug me. It's just cool.
They might not even be like alien or something, dude. Who fucking knows?
Well, I mean, they are aliens because they're not from this planet.
But like the shit that like they show in this movie is like giving me like something is like telling me something else, and I don't know like exactly how to explain it.
You think that's like the reason that Sonic
Like maybe like all the planets were like one at some point, dude, or something.
I do think they do the two worlds thing better. That's already retcon, but I do think that for a while I was able to accept the two worlds stuff because the Sonic movie did it such a way that it was like, oh, okay, I can get down with it. It's such an easy way to transport around with the rings and stuff. I was like, that's pretty good. So I didn't, when they said they were aliens, I was like, well, I mean, yeah, I guess they are, but like also like they're not treated like aliens, you know. They just so happen to not be from the planet, you know. That's just
Yeah,
how
this
it
was
is.
like this is the first kind of Sonic thing to like address it. I guess outside of Sonic X.
Yeah.
But then Tails in the car is explaining like to Sonic like Knuckles is after the Master Emerald, and Sonic's like the Master Emerald isn't fucking real. What?
It's a bedtime story.
Which I thought was neat that like Sonic would know something like that, but like
So it's not just like, what's the Master Emerald? And then we need it explained to us.
yeah, like we get it explained to us like before, but like
Yeah.
like later on.
We explain what it is and what it does and like how it works, but like not.
But like it doesn't
Not
like
because someone needs to directly ask, what's the Chaos Emerald?
Yeah.
right. Sonic knows what it is because I am assuming growing up, Longclaw told him stories about it. So that's why he called it like a bedtime story. But like Tails is like, oh no, Knuckles is after that. He thinks you have it, and he wants to kill you. And Sonic's like, cool, we're gonna crash, and they like crash off the side of the cliff, and Tails like flies away with Sonic, which was like a cool way for
That.
to establish that Tails can fly and carry Sonic around while doing it, but also Sonic could have. Why did they need to be in a car? If Sonic can just run fast, because Knuckles can run fast too, like Sonic speed.
Did you see how Knuckles is running though?
No, he was
running like a fucking
non-Naruto.
gorilla, dude. He was
yeah.
Oh yeah, he has to make like a sharp. He has to make like a sharp turn, so he digs his knuckles into the ground and like he's like stumbling, so he gets up like a fucking gorilla. It's a neat little detail.
It's super cool, yeah. No,
Knuckles is badass in this
I
movie.
think-
He's just
they kind of establish later in the movie that this version of Sonic does get tired after he's getting his shit rocked.
Mhm.
Like there's moments later on where Sonic like he's running really fast, yeah, but like he's also really tired, probably because he's getting his like shit rocked.
yeah, he runs out of stamina.
Yeah, he runs out of stamina, which is something I've never seen before with the character. Because like Sonic's always been like he's always been shown off as like this. Oh, his energy is like infinite. He can do whatever the fuck he can do. Which is some one thing I actually really like about this version of Sonic is how vulnerable he is, because they're clearly building it's not just a way for us to connect with him, but they're clearly building him up slowly to become the Sonic that we know in the games. And the way they're doing it is really, really cool. And in a way it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like I'm growing with the character like I was when I was playing the games for the first time, and then, realizing all these powers that he could do with like certain upgrades and stuff like that.
It feels like what they're kind of doing with the MCU Spider-Man, where like the whole trilogy was the origin story. Like, you just break this story down into like steps, kind of like what we were saying earlier. Like the last movie was like Sonic realizing he can be a hero. This one is realizing what that means.
Yeah, and that's why Sonic 3 is gonna be so.
It's gonna be peak fiction.
I know you want to take your time with it, but holy fuck, man, I am so excited for Sonic 3. Holy fuck.
Yeah. So then.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, where are we leaving off, and then like, yeah, you.
Okay, so Sonic and Tails get away from Knuckles, and Knuckles is scaling the fucking wall like he does in the games, which is neat. And then Eggman calls up Agent Stone. And he's like, "Hey, baby boy,
My latte.
I want a latte, and I want my robots." And then Agent Stone's like, who's running like a coffee shop, but like the coffee shop's also like secretly like an Eggman base.
Yeah.
Mean Bean.
It's called Mean Bean.
It's called the Mean Bean.
It was perfect, man. Oh
And
my God.
a satellite in the sky activates, and like a big like egg thing like comes down, and it's like it gives Eggman like his jacket. It like gives him all his robots, and it gives him the Eggmobile. We finally get the Eggmobile.
I mean, we got it in the first movie, right?
Kind of, but this is like the traditional like round like Eggmobile, you know?
Yeah.
and and there's a bit where like Eggman's like, we're gonna, I'm forcing you to team up with me, and he like sends his robots down to Knuckles, and Knuckles is like, you think these machines would stop me? I'll destroy them one by one. Oh, they're stairs. And then the first
And then he flosses.
Bad-
Yeah, Eggman
bad
flosses!
joke.
Oh, listen, I was saying this to Seth earlier, okay? There are a lot of times in this movie where you can kind of sort of maybe think, oh, they're doing it because they know it's cringe. This one, I legit think that they knew that they were doing it because it's kind of a cringy joke, because they directly afterwards have Knuckles be like, I don't know what you're doing.
What are you doing?
I think it's because like, and it's also a callback to the first one because Sonic flosses in the fucking in the car
like,
with Tom.
like a half a second.
Yeah,
See,
they wanted
I wish instead of flossing, Eggman should have done like a different dance,
Orange
like
Justice.
the Orange Justice or something. Like every movie has a different Fortnite emote in it. That's what they should be doing.
That's yes.
Come on, Paramount, what's going on?
And then for Sonic 3, when they put the Sonic skin in Fortnite, Sonic should play as himself. I'm just
And he looks into the camera as he's playing on his computer, and he goes, "Boy, I sure do love playing Fortnite."
No, that's not gonna be in. See, that shouldn't be in the movie. That should be like the Scooby Doo movies, like DVD extra, where it's like Scooby Doo's like Game Boy Advance secret code, and it's like Sonic Fortnite secret code. I hope the listeners know what that is. But so that happens, and then we cut to Sonic and Tails, and they go to Wade's house, the cop guy that works with Tom, and he's like, "Welcome to the Wade Cave," which one day I hope to say to a woman, and I got a laugh out of the theater.
It's not my mother.
I want to punch him, dude. I want to punch Wade.
He's so
Lovingly,
funny.
of course, but like, you know, I still want to punch him. Like, I want to deck him in the face.
He's like,
he does nothing wrong, but I don't know. I don't know.
He's a loser. Like, but this is where the map that Sonic has had since he was a child, randomly, is the only way I can explain it, becomes magical, and then like Longclaw hologram is like, yo, when you were a baby, I sent you to Earth specifically because the Master Emerald is here, and you're the guardian now. You got to go find it. So bye. Protect that Master Emerald.
Pressed it or something. I don't know what he did, but he like pressed the fucking map or something. It's like, whoa, I've never pressed it like this before. That's crazy. And then, yeah, that happened. The way, wait, hold on. How did this scene go? The way they introduced the idea of the Master Emerald was so well done, because they mixed stuff that they introduced only in this continuity and like mixed it up with actual game stuff.
Mhm.
So none of it. Everyone complaining that like about the bird stuff last movie is probably going to be like, oh, okay, it lines up nicely. It doesn't feel forced, or it doesn't feel like they're doing
bird
something different just because.
The map leads them to an unintentional reference. It leads them to the Emerald Radar.
Oh God, you're
It
right.
it's like they turn the SA2 Emerald Radar into like an object almost.
A thingy majiggy.
So they're like, we gotta go to Siberia. I don't know why it's in Siberia. I guess because snowy mountains for set piece. But they go. They use a ring to go there. And do we cut to to Hawaii after that? Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Because we kind of catch up with Tom, what he's doing, and he's like playing like volleyball and getting his shit rocked. He's getting
because the fiance his like brother, his soon to be like brother-in-law is a Giga Chad.
Is like Giga Chad, and his entire group of friends are Giga Chads.
There's a weird line after the volleyball game where Tom is watching the fiance Randall and his bros, who are all like shirtless. It's like a shirts versus skins thing, and they're all shirtless. They all have massive beefy bods for reasons that will be clear later why they're all huge. And they're all like pouring Gatorade on each other and like being very, I
Weird.
don't know, a kind of way.
Just
And
a bunch of
Tom-
guys
Tom-
being dudes.
And Tom turns to Maddie and gestures at them and says, "I wish Sonic had that."
No,
And
okay,
then
so
she's
what,
like, "What?"
what muscles? And he's like, watch it. No, the context of that scene, right, is because Randall, the fiance, is like, those are my boys, those are my squad, and Tom is like, I wish Sonic had friends.
But it's still very
Mhm.
strange.
It's kind of a strange wording, but I got what it meant.
Like, you get what it means, but like, still.
No, yeah, it makes
As
sense.
you're watching like these like incredibly like muscular and all like super like wet like guys just like
Homies.
It was very. The thing is that when he said that line, both of my friends who were in the theater with me turned to me and looked at me with like a raised eyebrow. Like, huh?
no, but
No.
the scene that scene is it's strangely worded, but like what it meant was
I get what he means,
good.
but it's still
Yeah.
very funny.
And
I
it
mean,
and it,
it's
and it
fun,
builds
wait
and
a
it
minute.
builds up and it builds up and it culminates in the end of the movie. So
It
Yeah,
does.
Correct.
Speaking of building up and culminating into the movie, after that, we're reintroduced to Rachel's daughter, who's Tom's like niece. So Tom's niece shows up and she's like the ring bearer for the wedding. And Tom does like the coin behind the ear trick with the ring, which is important for the last act of the movie.
Keep that in mind. Put a pin
Keep
in it.
that in mind. But that's the end of that scene, and we're back to Sonic, and Sonic and Tails are in a snowstorm, and they're like, we need shelter because it's fucking cold. So they go into this like tavern, which I'm convinced now that every Sonic movie ever is going to have a bar scene in it. And then the Tails explains like, hey Sonic, so like when you did that thing at the baseball field and like worldwide power outage that killed thousands of people, it sent like the energy readings like showed up on my planet, which is interesting because that implies that Tails isn't from the same world as Sonic. Because why would he say it went to my planet and not our planet, you know?
That is established.
Maybe the
There's
islands are like different, like planetoids.
There's a
No.
point where it is kind of like, I'm from a different planet and I was watching you from my planet while you were here on Earth. And it is a strange choice because
Yeah.
Knuckles is from the same planet as Sonic. He has to be. So
Yeah.
why make Tails from a different planet?
Maybe they're just kind of setting up the idea that there's just life across the universe.
And some of it on several different planets happens to be furry little animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
The humans are only on one.
In the this is completely unrelated. They had no idea of knowing this probably, but in the European Sonic the comic, the Tails and like a bunch of different fox people, like their race is from another world. So maybe probably not though.
Maybe.
I'm thinking like the different like islands that each Sonic like West Side Island where like Sonic 2 takes place and like South Island where Sonic 1 takes place are like two different planets or some shit.
I'm
Maybe.
thinking. I think they took the idea of zones completely and did like.
Mm.
Because like the mushroom planet
Archie
is
route
like obviously
where
It's clearly
they
Mushroom
treat
Hill.
them as like different dimensions, quote unquote. Because Archie did something similar, or no, different planets, quote unquote, and Archie did something similar by calling the zones like pocket dimensions or something like that. Right?
Mhm.
So I think
they were
that's
all
what-
like pocket dimensions within a greater universe.
yeah.
So Tails explains like, oh yeah, I've been watching you, and then they set up this like reoccurring thing with Tails where he goes, only Sonic the Hedgehog would blank.
Not
Which-
super
which-
into that
I
one.
liked that. That was cute.
No,
I honestly didn't really like it all that much. I thought it was kind of weird.
It
But I
was
mean,
like
whatever.
he's like a mega fan.
It is.
but, like-
It's cute. I'm just kind of like, eh. It wasn't really like, I didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah.
it'll be a running thing for this movie. I don't think it would come back, kind of
No,
thing.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think
I don't
so.
think so.
Yeah. It's like a
But-
Scooby Doo thing. Like a
It's a
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby Doo thing. But then the bar realizes that there's these furry alien creatures, and they're like, kill it with fucking fire. So they grab them and they're about to throw them into the fireplace and just murder these children. And then Tails says something in like Siberian, and like it initiates like a challenge, I guess. And then we have a dance off scene.
battle, yeah, baby. I say one pose. Woo! That shit was cracked. It was great. I wouldn't replace it for the world. I don't care. I really like. I didn't really like it that much. I didn't really like it to that degree, but you know what? I guess it got the job done, because after that scene played, we got like a really cute moment with Sonic and Tails, and I don't. I mean, there's different ways to set that up, but I'm just glad it happened, to be honest.
Right, because after that, Tails is like, "Hey, man, I don't have friends," and Sonic is like, "Damn, I didn't have friends either. Want to be friends?"
I'll be your friend.
And they're like,
I'll be your
"Yay!"
best
And
friend.
then Tails gets sleepy, right? And Sonic like puts a blanket over him, and he's like, "Good night, Tails." And then Tails puts like his tails over Sonic so he doesn't get cold.
If you
That
are
shit
a
was
Tails
cute.
fan, you should watch this film several times because you will enjoy it.
It is
He's
so
very
good.
he's so cute. He's adorable.
He's very cute.
The girls behind me in the theater, every time Tails did anything on screen, was like, I was just squealing.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Tails is adorable, and they did so good with him because he's not only really cute, but he's also what was I was not gonna say cute, but he is cute. I was gonna say he's really friend shaped, and he's also like he's not like really I don't want to say forces. I don't want to mention forces, but though they didn't treat him wrong when they wrote him, and I think they did a really good job.
He did not go into the fetal position one, which
Very smart.
makes this movie 10 times better than Sonic Forces already.
Tails has moments of like, oh, I'm not sure I can do this, but like he Sonic like directly is like, no, buddy, you could do it, and he's like, okay, I'll try. Like it's very like close to like the classic like Japanese manual sort of interpretations of these characters. You know,
I said this a billion times to Matt and Seth in particular, but I feel like he was written kind of like Robin from the Lego Batman movie, voiced by Michael Cera. So,
Man,
Michael
keep
Cera
talking
Tails.
about that movie, and I just can't relate.
What do you mean?
I've never seen it.
What do you? Oh, okay. You've never seen it, okay?
And Ivan keeps telling me to watch it because it's apparently it's everything that I want from a Batman movie, but like I don't believe him.
It probably is. It's like probably exactly what you want.
No, I want Tim Drake live action to kick ass and chill with Batman, you know?
I think you're lying.
Yes, I'm not.
Yes, see, he's lying. All right,
I'm
moving
not. I'm not.
on.
Okay, so after the really cute scene, we cut to Sonic and Tails the next day, and they're like flying across the mountains, and they stumble upon this like the emerald compass radar thing takes them to this like temple in the ice, and Tails explains the origin of the Master Emerald because he's using his like translator device to like translate the text on the wall, and like it's like the emerald's power was fought over by like the echidnas and the owls, and I need to bring something up. How powerful are the fucking owls in this universe? Because it's established that an echidna used the Master Emerald to like decimate armies by himself, and then like 3 owls pull up on him and just murder his ass. And then earlier in the movie, it's established that, or later in the movie, it's established that Knuckles' tribe was completely wiped out by Longclaw by herself. So, owls in this universe just cracked?
But think about it. Were they? Was it Longclaw? Think about it.
In this movie, it's heavily implied that Longclaw just murdered them all.
But I don't think so, bro. She was injured.
Knuckles' entire clan never came back.
I have
They never came back.
I
They
have
all beat the
theories.
shit out of each other.
I have theories. I have a theory.
They all went out and got milkshakes together.
They got milkshakes and they got cigarettes too.
I just
Yeah.
want to mention that I have a theory that I will
Okay.
bring up at the end of all of this.
Okay, so then fucking we get the explanation that the Master Emerald is not only, which is like, this is like the most clever thing they did with the Master Emerald, right? Because the movie, like as it's advertised, establishes that there's just the Master Emerald, which in other continuities they also did, like there's only one emerald, which I'm never a fan of, but here they explain that the Master Emerald is like a container for all 7 of the emeralds.
Very strange.
Which was interesting, but it is strange. It's neat though. It's to kind of streamline the story, because if the movie was about collecting all 7 emeralds, it'd be weird. It'd be like weirdly structured that way.
No, it was it was really smart in doing that, because then we didn't have to it felt like a much more straightforward story, because they did that in particular.
If they did like all 7, it would feel like the hunt would be kind of filler.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they kind of like cut to the chase with it.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the prayer, like the mantra used in Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah.
Like the controller is the one that unifies the chaos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the Master Emerald has the 7 Chaos Emeralds in it. So I guess that's kind of what's like implied.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Tyson Hess tweeted out that the text on the wall is the ancient Babylonian Sonic Riders language.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, baby.
We're getting bird people.
Are we? I think it's just.
Wait, no,
I think it's just a reference. I think it's just a reference.
Dude, that was literally, there are literally already bird people in the movie. The owls are birds. This is just one.
Is that okay? So if you know what, we'll ask about. I'll ask that later. We'll get to this. So then they Knuckles and Eggman show up, and the robots show up, and they're as actual Buzz Bombers in this movie now. But there's still like the weird GLaDOS egg robots too. And they fight, and there's like a big long snowboard chase action scene, which is really cool. It goes pretty hard. But like the takeaway from that is that they're trying to take back the locator.
Oh boy, the Winter Soldier.
Oh boy, it's the Winter Soldier.
That got a chuckle out of me in the whole theater. I don't know, bro.
Playing that fucking joke over and over again in the fucking ads.
I didn't.
It got a chuckle out of me.
I didn't watch.
Even though I already saw the trailers.
I really didn't want to be spoiled, so I tried really, really hard to not watch any trailers. I still did not like. I was kind of like,
There are pop culture references. Sonic makes a lot of those.
Like
those are like
Diesel in the Raw. That one got another chuckle out of me.
Oh, like okay, so they're explaining.
They've been fighting for centuries.
That one did make me laugh, actually.
Rock and Vin Diesel.
That's why The Rock hasn't been in a Fast and the Furious movie. And they made his own spin-off series.
With his beef with Vin Diesel. And then the chase continues, and they're both snowboarding, which is like an ice cap zone sort of callback.
Yeah.
Sonic is like, Tails, catch! And he like throws the emerald radar, and then Eggman comes in, and then someone I didn't really notice while watching, but one of my friends pointed out to me that when that happened, like Eggman's like, there's no physics. It was just kind of felt like a PNG of Eggman slid by.
That's the funniest part.
And like, there's a couple of like, particularly in this scene, there's a couple of like weird green screen things with Eggman. I didn't notice. I wasn't like too distracted by it, because I think the CGI in this movie is actually like really strong.
I'm of the opinion that when you have the 3D characters in, like, the computer-generated 3D characters in a computer-generated 3D environment, so that it's basically just an animated segment of the movie, It
Yeah.
looks really, really good. There's like fight scenes in this movie that look really, really good because they're just the computer generated characters in computer generated environments. When you have Eggman placed into that scene, I think it's less that there's weird green screen stuff and more that you just kind of know that
You notice that he's out. Like,
he's
he's
Yeah.
there.
horrible.
Right. I wasn't bothered by it like later. Like that's the only like time it really felt weird to me.
Yeah.
And then so Eggman grabs the radar, and then Tails gets fucking nay-nayed by a missile.
Shit, dude.
and
Tails got trolled.
he gets trolled, and he's pretty much out for the next 20 minutes of the movie. He's out cold. And like Sonic thinks he's dead. So then an avalanche starts happening, right? And Eggman and Knuckles by this point have the radar and they've left. And Sonic's like, shit.
Yeah.
And he like snowboards down carrying Tails. 2 questions about this scene. One I have an answer for, the other I don't. So the question 1 is, okay, why doesn't Sonic just run away? Well, if we're applying real world logic to this movie, Sonic can't run through the snow. It's too high. He's gonna
get stuck.
He's gonna get stuck and like trudge. Can you run through the snow? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. But you can go and try, but I don't think you'll succeed. But then here's the question that really kind of bugged me. He like FaceTimes Tom, but they're in the middle of like the Himalayas. Or like the snowy mountains.
He's got the Verizon. He's got the T-Mobile 5G, dude.
T-Mobile 5G, dude.
How?
He's got T-Mobile 5G.
Yep.
Okay. I have Verizon 5G, and that shit doesn't work.
Yeah, Verizon. Have you seen the T-Mobile commercials? Verizon has no coverage anywhere.
Okay.
Has lower coverage than T-Mobile. T-Mobile is the world's leader in 5G.
So I guess through the power of 5G internet access, Sonic FaceTimes Tom, and this is like the middle of the wedding. So Tom's cell phone keeps ringing with a 2008 YouTube video rip of Green Hill Zone as his ringtone. Look that up; it's real. It's not like an official Sonic like release of the song. It's a rip from YouTube from like 2008.
That's really good, actually. I love that.
But yeah, and he's interrupting the wedding. So he like answers and he's like, "What the fuck, Sonic? What is going on? Why are you in the snow?" And Sonic's like, "Hey, remember that ring I gave you? Can you open it? Kind of gonna die here." And then Tom throws the ring, and it's actually the wedding ring, not the warp ring. See, that's why the coin trick scene was important.
I don't like that. I don't like this.
Anyway, so Tom is like, "Hey, can I see the ring?" And they're like, "What the fuck? Sit down, asshole." And he's like, "Sorry." And then he just punches fucking what's his name?
You could just talk, man.
He punches him in
They
the
weren't
face.
listening. They weren't listening.
What the hell? They could just be like, "Oh no, wait, chill. This is your ring. That's not your ring. My bad. You could just show them the ring."
They weren't listening.
I take a lot of issue when movies do that, where it's like misunderstandings, and they like it could be solved by just saying what you mean. Just speak words normally, like actual human adults.
Mhm.
Stop. Be like,
Like,
yo.
I understand.
I
played a joke with JoJo earlier.
I
Need that ring
understand.
back here. This is your ring.
Yeah.
But it's very quickly resolved because he punches him straight in the jaw. And then he picks up the ring, throws it, and then Sonic in the snow kind of ruin the wedding. But then this is when the twist happens. So the brother-in-law, the soon-to-be brother-in-law, Randall, turns out to be an agent of the military, and so is all of his like best men, and even the priest was in on it because he has a gun in his Bible.
That's the best part.
That was really good.
He opened up the Bible and he just showed the gun, and then he did the fucking Christ sign over his fucking face.
He did like the Father, Son, Holy Spirit over his like.
And then they're like, "What is happening?" And then the the old guy, the military guy at the end of the first
Olive Garden.
movie, Olive Garden man,
Garden guy.
Olive Garden gift card guy,
They call him
turns
Olive Garden
out
guy.
to be the commander of the GUN, which was established in this universe now.
Best thing ever. It's great.
No, literally,
Love it.
actually,
Turned so they
the most peak part about this movie. One of the most
They-
peak parts.
they turned like generic like gun commander from Shadow the Hedgehog, and they gave him like this gift card obsession with like Olive Garden in this movie, and I kind of love it because it kind of just adds like this little like quirk about him.
Because it was kind of a stupid thing to happen at the end of the last movie. Like, it was a joke, but it was also kind of like, okay, sponsored by Olive Garden, haha. But the fact that they bring it up again in this movie is like, okay, now they're kind of really leaning into this as like a weird thing about this character. It makes it funny.
Apparently his name is like Commander Walters. I don't think the gun commander ever had a name in the games. I think
No,
he's
he
called like
never did.
Tower in the comics.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so they're revealed it's like after Robotnik attacked and like the alien, like Sonic came to the human world after like this events the first movie, the Guardian Units of Nations was formed, and everyone's like, "GU gun?" He's like, "Yeah, gun."
Yeah, gun.
which got a chuckle out of me. There is still funny jokes in this movie. It's not all like Fortnite dances and shit.
No, there's some there's like really great material sometimes, but there's
Earlier
like
earlier in the movie when they're like Eggman and Agent Stone and Knuckles are like at the computer and they're like trying to text Sonic to see like where his location is. Knuckles is like, he's sending another message. He said, ... And that I laughed at that. That was good.
because earlier in the movie you can tell they're trying to get all the kid jokes out of the way first, so that the kids could be like the stimulus can happen to the little kids and they could have their little chuckles out, and then like at some point the movie just goes into the more like the more Sonic-y territory, and it feels really like it's kind of subtle. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, whoa.
There's
wait,
like a
hold on.
transition almost.
Yeah, there's a transition.
Like they start you off in very like, and this is why I was saying this to Marty earlier. Like I think they did this on purpose because the first movie kind of, we all saw it. It played it kind of safe.
Yeah.
And then the first like third of this movie kind of feels that like same way. And then once like the Emerald Hunt starts, it kind of like is transitioning into this more Sonic action adventure movie. And then by this point in the story is when we go full Sonic. Like this is Sonic the fucking Hedgehog,
Yeah.
But first, Tails and Sonic are trapped in like little cages because the GUN took them away, and Tails is still like dead.
He's panicking.
Sonic is panicking. He's like, my friend is going to die. The Eggman's going to take over the world. What's going on? Tom is like getting arrested too. And then we get the greatest piece of cinema ever put on screen, Rachel Adventure 2. As she goes on a rampage because she's pissed as hell that her entire marriage
She's
and
Bridezilla, dude.
She's Bridezilla. They had that man pointing a gun at her. Turned out to be a taser, but I was like, man, she's just trying to get married. She like
and like Tails' little backpack has all these crazy gadgets in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
And they like
little tiny baby.
His little fox. They all have like the fox ears. Like they're really cute devices. Everything about Tails is just adorable. But then, like, yeah, they use the devices to kind of free Sonic and Tom and all them. Yeah. And then this is the part of the movie where Sonic's like, see that kid over there? He came across the universe to meet me, his hero. I got him fucking destroyed. The world is about to end because I wasn't good enough. I have to fix this. And everyone's like, bro, you can't do it by yourself. And he's like, nope, I'm gonna do it. And so he like goes up to the edge of the island of the island, right? And he's like, oh god, water, and this kind of ties back to the beginning of the movie where he was afraid of water, and he like, I thought he was gonna do the super peel out, like the way they were setting it up, but no, he just kind of runs across it.
Dude, that's such a downplay of how epic this fucking scene is, dude. Holy shit! The moment it just fucking,
I can't put it to words how cool it is. It's really cool. I just can't put it to words. So Boost.
Dude. Okay. The fucking okay. The way they set up this shot, the way the cinematography is shot before he like says his gotta go fast corny shit. It was just like, oh man, oh my god. And then when you see him like run through the fucking water, it's so nicely animated and it's got such a nice like flow to it. During the middle point, I kind of it's a little what's the word? It's some I wish that he actually made it at the end, but for what it is, man, that was such a fucking awesome fucking scene. I have been watching the scene on repeat on like potato quality over and over and over and over and over and over and over ever since I like watched the movie 2 times. It is it's everything I wanted to see from a Sonic movie, man. It was so good. And the orchestra and the fucking part where he's jumping out of the fucking wave and you got the thunderbolt just clashing down. It's perfect. It's perfect. Then the 40-second mark is where he starts like fumbling. But you know what? At that point I was already pretty happy. After that is what most people talk about, but I just feel like that really that scene needs to be talked about more often whenever talking about spoilers becomes like a more like just a thing people do after like the 2 weeks is up for this movie. After
that part of the movie, after like that scene marks this is a good movie to this is a great movie.
Yeah.
Like for me, what do you guys think?
I have to get this off my chest. There's a point where right as he's running across the water and he's like upset that he's about the water situation, my partner leaned over and whispered in my ear Frozen 2 because this is very that is something that happens in Frozen 2. But I
never saw it.
Okay, it's something very similar happens in Frozen 2. But imagine Sonic as Elsa. Anyway,
oh god.
But
oh god.
It is a good. It's probably the scene in the movie that really it really starts to change from there.
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt?
You said that, and I just remembered something that my girlfriend told me at Starchanto on Twitter. She said that when Sonic like landed on the beach, it was like Madagascar.
Sonic like turns to the camera and goes, San Diego.
I thought the movie was great from like every step. I walked into it very optimistic. Based on what everybody was kind of saying, was like, oh, it's a good movie. And I was like, yo, this shit better not be ass, bruh, right? And then I sat down and I was just engaged with the entire time. So like I don't think there was like a point where I was like, oh, this is good, or this isn't as good as it was, but I was like, oh, this is a great movie. This is awesome.
Yeah. When I say like the transition from like good movie to great movie, I don't mean like I was still like really enjoying the movie before that, but like that like post that part, like it just kicked it up to like this is peak Sonic.
Yeah,
almost.
The last third of this movie is where it really, really kind of comes into its own and becomes a very enjoyable adaptation of Sonic the Hedgehog and what you really want it to be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's a little bit where we see Tails is waking up, and Tom and Maddie like they nurse him, and then we cut back to Eggman and Knuckles, and they're like running through the temple, and then Eggman's like, "Hold on, bro," and he like pulls out a device and he's like, "Wait, why don't we just like scan all the fucking area and not do the booby traps?" And Knuckles is like, "Brr." And then they get to the Emerald Chamber. And the Master Emerald is there. Actually, no, before that, the way that the temple was set up is that they took the radar, they like put it into like this like ancient device, and like the water of the ocean split and a giant green laser appeared into the sky. You know, classic movie trope of laser in sky.
No, but here I can't make fun of it because that's just the fucking Master Emerald.
That's what the Master Emerald does.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what it does, man. I was like,
and like we were talking about like, oh, they turned all of like the different like zones, like, oh, they're just like planets in this continuity. All the different zones are different planets. Why did Earth have to be Labyrinth Zone?
Because
like,
the Earth is majority water.
Why did we end up with Labyrinth Zone?
I mean, okay. To be fair, they didn't make Labyrinth Zone as repetitive as it is in the game. To be honest, when Sonic ran through, when Sonic like ran through the labyrinth himself, I was just like, oh my god, this is a Sonic level. This is just like Sonic Generations, guys. This is Sonic Generations.
It felt like, oh yeah, this is like Sonic running through a level. There's even a part like when he first enters the temple where it's like literally like the water slide section of Labyrinth Zone. And that was like the moment where I was like, hey, I know that. Like,
I know that.
I know what that is. But yeah, so then they run through the temple, they find the emerald, and Eggman is about to kill Knuckles. He's like, I'm gonna get you. Ooh. But Knuckles is just like looking at the Master Emerald, and then like Sonic like crashes through the ceiling. And this fucking fight that happens, it just straight up turns into Dragon Ball Z for like
incredibly good,
like a few minutes. Good. It's Dragon Ball Z. There's like even like the close up like like bit. Sonic does a rider kick. If you're familiar with Kamen Rider, he has a rider kick. Doesn't work because Knuckles just mollywops him. Like
Sonic doesn't win this fight. He doesn't, but it's still such a good scene, man. There is moments where you just can't help but like. Well, okay, at least because I'm fucking obnoxious as shit. So when I saw like the part where Sonic gets his shit knocked into a waterfall, and then he just goes into like beast mode for a second, and then the guitar riff goes, I was like, no fucking way, no way, you know, what was I gonna say? Oh, there's like a part where Sonic just like repeatedly just like drops on Knuckles like multiple times, and I'm just like, oh my god,
was that supposed to be like the bounce bracelet attack? It felt like the bounce bracelet attack.
I was thinking more just like a homing attack.
Yeah,
in general.
But he kind of had like a bouncy quality to it, didn't it?
Kinda,
I don't know. Whatever it was Sonic doing a Sonic thing.
He put that motherfucker in the dirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Beast mode, holy fuck.
Knuckles does say, "Why don't you die?" at one point.
Yeah, why don't you just die?
Which I was like, okay. In like a this is going pretty hard kind of moment.
This movie,
I'm just trying to like he just would not take a hit, bro.
What I appreciate about this movie is that Sonic is like, he's not like, I win every conflict in this. Like in the games, like he always like fights things and like with no difficulty.
No,
he's out. But like in this movie, he gets shit wrecked. In the beginning, when Sonic first fights Knuckles, Knuckles says something like, oh, you're untrained, you're undisciplined, you're unworthy of your powers. And Sonic's like, oh yeah, well, you forgot one. I'm unstoppable. And then he gets stopped. Like Sonic still has like, oh, I'm such a cool like guy. Here's my one-liner. And then is allowed to be like put down like after that. Like, and if this was like the games or like even IDW, it would have still been a really cool scene. Like Sonic says, I'm unstoppable, and then wins. That would be really cool. But like in this movie specifically, it really works that Sonic's confidence is kind of put to the like his like abilities are really put to the test. Knuckles is a badass in this movie.
It's
like,
so good.
Like if you're a kid whose first game was like Colors or Lost World or Sonic Boom, and like that's your only real understanding of Knuckles, and then you go into this movie, what was your thoughts? Like I'm asking the audience at this point because like how was that whiplash? Like
probably like mad fucking whiplash. Like holy
Because like
shit.
to me, that's like, oh yeah, Knuckles is back. But then like to maybe a newer fan who didn't know Knuckles that way, they're like, what the? Why is
What
Knuckles
the
like
fuck is
cool?
this?
Why is he cool?
Like he was old, but he was always cool. Like
He was always
like,
cool.
Like he showed like in Sonic 3, he just showed he Supersonic flies in, right? Supersonic flies in and then gets fucking KO'd by this motherfucker. And you're like, bro.
I'm specifically kind of asking like younger fans who might not know everything about like Knuckles, you know, like who've only like really experienced like maybe Sonic Boom or something.
And I would love
If there's anyone watching that's like that.
I would love if this makes Knuckles more popular.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I really, really want that because I really like Knuckles the Echidna,
Yeah.
and I would like to see more of him around,
Being
you know,
cool.
in terms of merch
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like, please, I will buy it.
I hope in general.
I am turning 26 years old, and I will buy your Knuckles the Echidna plush.
I hope in general the movie series goes forward with how it's characterizing, and it like it just straight up impacts how like these characters are written from now on. And treated.
I keep bringing it up, like the Michael Bay Transformers effect. That kind of took hold of like the Transformers series, because before those movies came out, Transformers was like, what is that? Is that like that was like an old cartoon? And then like there was like the lesser known like anime series that came out afterward.
Random what's it called? That one show that was on Kids WB after school.
It was one of those things that kids would probably be like, "Oh, yeah, you're a boomer if you like that."
Decepticon.
But then those movies came out, like it brought like Bumblebee was like a nothing character, right? In Transformers, and then those movies came out, and now he's fucking everywhere.
Literally everywhere. Transformers will not even be in the conversation, and I'll see a fucking car that looks like the car that they used for that movie, and they'll be like,
"Guys, Bumblebee.
It's Bumblebee."
If I see a Camaro on the street ever, my brain goes into overdrive. It could be not yellow. It could be fucking red, and I'll be like, oh, "That's like a red Bumblebee."
The Camaro's red, and you're like, "Oh, it's that one repaint to that Bumblebee."
Oh my god, it's Cliffjumper.
Yeah.
I know. I know a lot of people look at the MCU like hyper saturation of all these characters and stuff like that. I genuinely want Sonic to be treated so well that he's just saturated to that point.
I would love that.
I really, really, really do, because I
want the Sonic oversaturation. Right?
I want it to be because let's face it, for people that were just getting, like, for comic book fans that were just getting movies about the MCU treated with such care, and it getting like saturated like that was like a dream come true, and it was just like a fucking wet dream. I want that for Sonic. I want it so bad. I want to see Sonic fucking everywhere. I don't care if I get sick of it in like 20 years. I asked for it. I really want to see Sonic fucking everywhere because of these movies.
See,
if Knuckles becomes like a big favorite, I will be very happy because I like Knuckles a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like if the pandemic didn't happen, we would have probably gotten an oversaturation of Sonic media.
Right?
If the pandemic just didn't happen, there would have been crazy shit.
It just kind of set it back.
It's
inevitable.
Back.
I think.
And also the redesign kind of fucked up the merch release window.
Yeah.
Which is why we're getting all these Sonic action figures and shit now.
Yeah.
For the movie.
They're like completely weirdly colored.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Where was that? Where did we leave off?
Sonic and Knuckles were
fighting, and then the fight's really cool. It's like Dragon Ball. It's like an anime battle. Like if you like anime, there you go. But Sonic gets his shit rocked, and Knuckles picks up a pillar, and he's about to fucking crush Sonic. and then Sonic's like, "Dude, Eggman's gonna take the fucking Master Emerald." He's like, "I'm not falling for that." And I was like, "No, dude, seriously, turn around." And then Knuckles turns around, and Eggman like grabs the emerald and becomes like
God.
Super Eggman.
I mean, that's pretty
God.
much what it is. Yeah, Super Eggman. That's
Super
literally what it
Eggman.
is.
And he has like a black and green like outfit and green eyes and like lightning. He looks cool. He has like a
You know what I've been thinking about ever since like I saw that scene? I was like, wow, what we just experienced was the bad ending from Sonic 1 when you don't get all the chaos on. And you see like and you see him like tossing them, juggling them in his hand.
Oh,
We got the bad ending.
maybe.
Bad ending. You didn't complete all the special stages, dumbass.
Yeah, fucking maybe if Sonic and Tails went through the special stages, this one. Yeah. So Super Egg. What do you guys think of Super Egg?
I mean, I've
Actually,
seen
you know
a Super
what?
Eggman.
We'll go to the next. We'll go to the next scene and then discuss Super Eggman because then he really does things. So he chaos controls. I'm calling it chaos control because he fucking teleports, and he's got he's got a filter over his voice, and he's like talking.
I did not like that.
And he's talking to Agent
so
Stone.
funny.
And then there's like dubstep Eggman like joke. I thought that was funny. I thought the dubstep Eggman voice was kind of funny. But yeah, then he goes outside. Tom and Maddie are outside because he teleports back to the Green Hill town. Yeah. With to Agent Stone's like little base of operations, and everyone's kind of teleported back to the town now. And GUN is like surrounding the building. Tom and Maddie are there, and Eggman's like, "Fucking, what are you gonna do?" Eggman's like, "I'm God now," and he creates like a tornado of like chaos energy that like sucks up all of the military's like machinery. And there's a helicopter that says SA2 on it.
Yeah.
Because if you recall, and I only remember this because I played Sonic Adventure 2 literally the night we got back from the movie theater. The very first thing they say in that movie when it zooms in on the helicopter is Sigma Alpha 2.
Sigma Alpha 2, baby! Yeah!
The double-edged reference. The double-edged reference.
It is, I mean,
Sigma Alpha 2.
So he's
a reference to a reference in the game.
He's accumulating all these like machinery parts. Before we say what he does, what do you think of like base Super Eggman? Like at this point.
Dude, he's so fucking. I don't know. When it comes to Super Form, I'm a fucking Dragon Ball nerd. So when it comes to characters getting like super forms, I'm like, yeah! Even if they're like the most ridiculous fucking character ever. If it looks cool, man. If they're doing some overpowered god shit, it already looks really cool. I thought the voice thing was funny, but also I think it kind of got a little bit annoying near the end. But once it did, it kind of just faded away, and I mean, it didn't really bother me anymore. What was I gonna say? I like his color palette. I think because like
the black and green.
Yeah, I like because like a lot of times, when it comes to people creating like super designs for Sonic characters, a lot of, and this is no disrespect, but I feel like the color combination should usually be the opposite color of the character rather than just the character turning yellow or gold or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I like what they did with how they did the green on his design and stuff like that. So he was just really cool to me. I really liked him. And the thing that he does next after, we talk about him.
Yeah, so he's pulling all the machine parts together, and Agent Stone is like,
"Take me with you.
Take me with you." He's so in love, bro. He's so in love with Dr. Eggman.
And he does take him with him. It's lovely.
It's lovely. I think they should change the genre on the Wikipedia to buddy romance. I think that's what they should do.
He's gay.
He's gay. He's gay. Yeah, and then all of the parts like accumulate into the fucking giant Eggman robot, which looks straight out of Sonic 2. It's so good.
It is such an interesting way they did that too. There was no build-up. There didn't need to be a build-up. He put his because the way the Chaos Emeralds are introduced, or the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds are introduced, is that they literally turn thoughts into power. So he literally just thought of a fucking robot, and it just happened, and
Is
that's
this
so
the
cool.
first? Is this the first piece of like Sonic media that took the thoughts into power, like saying and like made it literal?
I feel like it is.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I like that because like they say it in like the games and stuff, but like, okay, what does that mean? No, literally in this, like, if you can think it, it happens.
yeah,
It's insane.
yeah.
So yeah, he summons. I was curious about it because they show the Death Egg robot. I'm just gonna call it the Death Egg robot. In the trailers, and I was like, when does he like have the time to build that? If he's
Yeah.
like going around with Knuckles, but this like solved the problem like immediately. It's like, oh, that's clever. That's a
Yeah,
clever way to do
really
it.
cool.
He made
Um,
it with his thought.
He made it, and then so Sonic Tails and oh wait, I think we skipped a scene. So it's
The
after
tornado.
no, it's
Oh.
after Sonic versus Knuckles,
Oh,
and
Knuckles gets fucking pinned under a pillar.
he's pinned under because the like before like when Eggman teleports away, it like the building
He
is like
blows he blows the thing up.
yeah, he blows the temple up and like it starts flooding and Knuckles is trapped and Sonic's like, ah, I gotta go in the water again, and he like grabs a rock and he like sinks to the bottom and he like
Yeah.
him and Knuckles like time. They're like 1, 2, 3, and they like time like pushing up the pillar, and Knuckles swims up, but Sonic can't swim, so he's stuck there. And this was clever. They do like the bubble, like he sucks up the bubble to
Yeah.
get air. I liked that. Knuckles saves Sonic from drowning. Like Sonic, people die in this movie. It's crazy. But then they wash up on the beach.
Well, but real quick, there's a point like right before Eggman like leaves where Knuckles he basically says, "Bye, Knuckles, I'm betraying you," and Knuckles is like, "How could you do this? You were my friend." Like
Oh yeah.
he kind of like stumbles over the word
He
friend,
says it really. I don't know,
and it
something.
really
So it was really cute, man. I was like, I wanted to give him a hug.
it was very sweet.
He's like, my friend, and he's like,
And Eggman's like, no,
he only has one friend, his boy best friend, Ethan Stone.
exactly. His
And then-
homosexual friend.
So this is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's Sonic and Knuckles, and like the sun is setting, and they're on the beach, and Knuckles is like, "Why did you save me?" And then Sonic like throws like sand at him, and he's like, "Oh, it was a tactic to lure me off guard." And he's like, Sonic's like, "No, dude, I just," and he tells him exactly what Tom told him at the beginning of the movie, and Knuckles is like, "Oh, is that some sort of ancient like Earth proverb?" And he's like, "Nah, it's just something a friend told me." And then the sun is setting, and like they're sitting on the beach, like looking out at the water, and Knuckles is like, "How can you be so like carefree and happy even after you lost everything?" Like you told me, and Sonic's like, "Well, I just, I found a new family, and you can too." And Knuckles is like, "Huh." And
I
then
resist the urge to go, oh.
it's very like I'm underselling it by just explaining it. If you're this far into the video and you haven't seen the fucking movie, what are you doing? But that was me underselling it. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. Don't take my word for it. But yeah, and then Tails kind of picks them up in the tornado.
And the
Which-
tornado.
Which the tornado was used as like it was like a thing for Rachel and Randall. They both start with R.
Yeah.
Their wedding, which
Here's
is
the-
like a background gag, but it comes
It's
back
like
and it's like
there.
the tornado.
When the plane floats across the screen in the movie during the wedding, and you see the plane, and you see this little red biplane, and your immediate thought is going to be they're going to steal that plane later in the movie.
They're gonna steal that plane. And what does Tails do? Steals that plane.
He
Hey,
steals
steal
that
that
plane.
plane, man.
So he flies up and he picks Sonic and Knuckles up, and they fly it to the and then we catch up. The big robot is formed. The Megazord is formed, and they start their battle. Knuckles jumps off the plane. He just like crosses his arms and jumps off the plane, and like that made me laugh for no. It wasn't supposed to be like. It was kind of a joke, like with what Sonic says afterward, but like just him falling off the plane like that was just really funny. So then they dodge a couple of missiles, and then Sonic gets hit by a missile, He's like, oh, but he's like riding it. Like he didn't
Yeah.
get hit by the missile, but he like, I guess he caught it in time.
Fine.
He's fine. And then Agent Stone is also in the robot, like at the because Eggman, the way he's controlling it is like floating and like pantomiming, but like Agent Stone is at like
type shit.
Yeah, but Agent Stone's at like the controls, and like he
The
uses
weapons and shit.
he uses like a mustache attack to like destroy the tornado. Which, oh wow, you introduced the tornado and you've already destroyed it. I guess it gets destroyed in Sonic games all the time, though. Like it gets shot down.
Also, the little
it'd be
manual,
fine.
the little manual for
Yeah,
the
the
robot
Genesis
being
manual.
Yeah, the manual for the robot was so
being
cool.
a
I was like, oh,
Genesis
he's so big.
manual is really cute.
Yeah, I turned to my friend Jay, creator of Sonic Blast Animations. He was like, "Oh my god, it's a fucking Sega Genesis manual!" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, yeah,
Yeah. And then the people behind you were like, "Shut up! Shut up!"
See, that's why I couldn't have seen this movie with people who like cared about Sonic on the same level that I did, because I would have been insufferable, and I would have been swearing up a storm, and the parents that were with their kids in front of me would have given me the stinkiest stink eye. They did at the end. They did at the end of the movie when I shouted something.
I wish I was there watching the movie with you, Boost, because I was just imagining the whole time. I was like, all right, how did Boost react to this? What did he do to that?
Don't worry, I made it hype. I was the one that screamed.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Everyone clapped.
So Knuckles and Sonic, they both attack the robot by themselves, and Knuckles is like, we just did our strongest fucking moves and nothing worked. What do we do? And Sonic's like, all right, hold on. If we all work together, together we can do it. Oh no, Knuckles does drop off the plane. They fight. The tornado is destroyed, and then that happens.
Oh, and they look so cool. It was when they all got together. I was like, oh my god, it's the Sonic
They did the Avengers camera spin.
Oh, they did, but like I was like, I don't care.
And the whole time they're like, I don't have a plan. And then Knuckles is like, and then I think Tails is like, we need to find the weak spot. And Knuckles is like, I suggest the groin.
But that's like, well, like technically that's the weak spot of the robot in like the games. Kind of.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You're right.
And I thought that they were going to go through his legs and hit him in the ass the whole time. By the way, I thought they were going to hit him in the ass the whole time, but they didn't, and I was upset.
Damn, I didn't think about it that way. I thought it was just a funny joke.
I didn't think about it that way either.
Oh my god. Was I the only one who saw this?
That Sonic does say, "I'm the groin."
But then he realized
I'm living rent free in your head, and I
like,
got
I'm living rent
way
free
too excited being a Twitter user.
Discussion for after. Does Sonic have a Twitter in this universe?
Of course he does.
He's one of those meme accounts that have like a SpongeBob image as their profile picture and just comment.
And he has like an ungodly amount of followers. But yeah, Sonic devises a plan. Like, I'm the groin. I'm the weak spot. Eggman is only going to pay attention to me because, again, I live rent-free in his head, which I didn't expect to hear. I live rent-free in your head in any Sonic media. Not even the movies. Yeah. But I heard it. And then terminally online Sonic. He is cooped up in that room all the time.
See, that's what I'm saying. He definitely has a Twitter.
but then they devise a plan. Like, Tails and Knuckles are gonna sneak around and like get into the robot, steal the emerald, while Sonic like fights on the outside. And Sonic gets kind of obliterated.
Yeah, dude.
He gets bodied. But meanwhile, inside of the robot, Tails is like Chekhov's hologram from the dance scene comes back. I thought that was like, okay, you're gonna.
That was a really good setup for that.
That was good. That you pass. Good job. Use Chekhov's shotgun, and then Knuckles is like, because there's a line earlier where in the movie where Eggman's like, we're gonna ditch Agent Stone, and Knuckles is like, that's dishonorable, and then you think it's just a stupid like joke. It's like Eggman's like, this is how I roll. Okay, whatever. But then that like comes back at the end with Knuckles saying, "This is how I roll."
because Eggman calls him disloyal.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, movie. I forgive you for that joke in the beginning now. I forgive you.
Good.
And he like gut punches Eggman, and like the Master Emerald comes out of his body. Is that a reference to the beginning of Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
It has to be. Right? It has to be. Like,
Because he punches a guy and the emerald comes out.
otherwise they would have
Oh,
done
yeah.
something else to make it come out. Like the fact that it's Knuckles and he's punching him and the emerald pops out of his body, it's gotta be a callback, which is like
No, yeah.
pretty good.
That's definitely their way of interpreting that whole scene without having to like backtrack and like, oh, let me just punch Supersonic and it just comes out. No, they do a lot of things in this movie that I said before, like it would fit right into the era where like the first movie was coming out, and a lot of like Sonic movie fans were like pointing at Sonic like taking a step and then just calling it a reference. It would definitely
Oh my god.
it definitely feels like that, but they do that intentionally because they animate these characters to intentionally be references. It just makes you look fucking crazy whenever you point it out, even
There's
though
so
they're
many, like-
blatantly doing it.
There's like Sonic Adventure poses in like certain scenes that like you're like, oh, that was Tyson Hess. That like
Yeah.
that was him.
Yeah.
What happens? They punch the
Oh,
robot. The robot
Wait,
falls down.
before we go further. I wanted to like fuck. Wait, never mind. Fuck. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, okay.
It was something about Knuckles punching like, oh, do you think that like, so like Knuckles like punches Eggman and knocks like the Master Emerald out of him? Do you think and I was thinking like, is this because of like those like weird like lightning powers that like Knuckles and Sonic have? And like, do you think like the owls also had like these like super speed kind of power things going on? And that was how they like got the emerald out of like the echidna that like destroyed.
Like if you have like that, then you can access the power of the.
They have like
Game
the
movie
they have like
Game
the
movie
electricity powers.
It's
That-
chaos energy.
That makes
Chaos
sense.
energy.
That's what I'm
It makes sense.
saying!
It makes
In the
sense.
brain, bro.
Because
It's like
Tails has it too.
Yeah.
But that's the extent. Not well, because when he flies, there's like the energy trail behind him when he goes fast.
I thought he was just fast, you know, but I've never like, but he never like goes like electric in the movie.
He does well, maybe because he's not as powerful. Who knows?
Maybe he
That-
lacks
that-
training. Oh my god!
Oh my god. That makes sense. That makes sense with like the owls because they
Yeah.
fucking, I guess, are just OP.
Well, I mean, they're probably on the same level as like the echidnas. Like they were probably equal, which was
Yeah.
probably why like they're like, "Fuck, dude, you fucked with us. You ruined our fun."
I thought it was really interesting how the echidnas didn't have the Master Emerald, because like in lore, that's usually like their thing.
Yeah.
Well, they did have it, but then it got taken away from them. So, yeah, Knuckles punches the emerald out of Eggman, and the robot shuts down. And like Sonic is beat up, and he's trying to grab because the Master Emerald falls out, and Sonic's all fucking beat up, and he's trying to get the emerald. He's like trudging towards it very slowly, but then Eggman he's like activate a backup power, and like the robot gets back up. Tom and Maddie show up because they take a truck from some guy in the town, and they pick Sonic up, right?
I think he was related to Tom. I don't know why, but he looked like James Marsden to me.
Okay.
All right, his brother. I don't know. I think he was just he knew his name, but like I guess everyone in
But
that
they
town
were in a small
knows him.
town, but like
Yeah,
character's never been established before, so like it was like probably just a one-off thing.
yeah.
And then a call back to like Tom stealing the Range Rover.
So they pick up Sonic and they're like getting chased by the robot, but my memory is fuzzy here. Did they like how they crash the truck?
No,
They crashed the truck.
Eggman like sort of like I think he like shot something at the truck and then the car like flipped over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Eggman's like, I'm gonna get you. But Sonic's like, come on, Master Emerald, do the thing. And then it shatters. And the Chaos Emeralds spill out.
Which are literally the size of the fucking Jazzwares Chaos Emeralds that they released. So the Chaos Emeralds are literally the size of like little jelly beans. It's so funny.
They're very small.
Dude, and I've been thinking. Okay, so I had a conversation about this in a movie spoilers chat, and I was kind of confused about it because the way how Longclaw describes how the Master Emerald was created was not as a container, not as like something where the 7 Chaos Emeralds are encased. It was like the Master Emerald was the 7 Chaos Emeralds combined together.
Yeah.
Into one singular entity. So when it shattered, I was a little confused because I was like, are they gonna go? Because like at first I was like, oh, they're gonna go the route where the Chaos Emeralds don't exist or something.
Yeah.
Or
well, they just kind of like fell out of it.
Yeah, they just kind of fell out, and then that kind of confused me. And that confused me for like a solid 5 minute, like a whole it's been confusing me for like the past 3 days.
I liked that though because I thought they were doing that approach too, and then when the Chaos Emeralds started spilling out, I was like, "What? Oh shit! Oh, okay,
they were there the whole time."
Right, and then they have the emeralds, but they're embracing death, Toy Story 3 style. Sonic.
I literally also thought about Toy Story 3.
Sonic, Tom and Maddie are like, we're not leaving you. You're our boy.
You're our son. Calls him his son.
Little baby.
The little baby. Because in the beginning of the movie, Sonic's like, you're not my dad. But then
You're
it
not
turns
my
out,
dad. You always want to hear something.
and and then the robot crushes them. But you see the screen cuts to black and the Chaos Emeralds do a spinny thing. And then Tails is like, no! And then Boost. What happens next?
Supersonic! Oh my god, he just busts right out of the fucking foot, and then everyone's like, holy shit, what the fuck happened to Sonic? And then he just shoots, he just goes up, and then Eggman's like, okay, I was just kidding, bro. I was just joking. I was just kidding, man. We could just relax. And then Supersonic's like, no, you smell like shit. And then he just beats the shit out of him. He doesn't beat the shit out of him. He just destroys the fucking robot.
Dude, the scene where he tries to punch him with the robot, and then Sonic just blocks the fist. I came.
Dude, when the fist makes collision with Sonic just lifts his arm up super casual, and when when it collides with him, Sonic doesn't even jitter. It's
very Dragon Ball.
Dude, it was so fun. And then he was just he was just straight up block this overhead. He was like, psych! And then he just fucking obliterated his whole shit, man. And then they did no, it was definitely an 06 reference. They definitely did that on purpose.
Yeah, the fucking 06 reference. He's like, oh really? He taps his foot on the robot as it tips over. I was like
to say Eggman's not shit. You ain't shit, dude. Okay, you ain't shit. You're gonna die pathetically. And then
if he had put his hand over his head to block out the sun, then looked down and whistled, I would have cried. I'd have cried right there on the plot. Just I can't whistle. Well,
So yeah, the robot falls and Eggman is presumably dead. I don't think anyone would survive that.
I think what's gonna happen. Is he's gonna be he's gonna become a fat guy. He's gonna gain a lot of weight. He's gonna gain a lot of weight while creating these crazy ass experiments to kill Sonic.
Oh yeah, for Sonic 3?
Mm.
Okay. They're finally it's the gradual transformation of Dr. Eggman.
Wait, okay. Now we'll get there, but can we just wrap it up with the actual movie now? Because
we're reaching the end. So Sonic, he's Super Sonic floats down, and Knuckles is like, "Hey, everyone, no, don't fucking touch him. You will die."
Wait.
Which I like that because in the game, Super Sonic literally destroys enemies by just touching them. So if you in the movie, they translate it by things explode when they make contact, which is interesting. But then he turns into normal.
I like how they didn't try to like adapt the whole ring thing too.
Uh-huh.
Now it's just they can just like the Chaos Emeralds don't like get knocked out of you if like you don't have enough rings anymore. It's either will or you just have to get hit really really hard by someone who's really really strong.
Uh-huh.
So like
So
I like that.
So Sonic summons like he summons like a storm cloud and like electricity, and you think, oh no, is Sonic evil? And then he creates a chili dog, and then
So
he turns normal, and the Chaos Emeralds fly up into the air and scatter across the sky.
That man Knuckles got a glizzy to the eye. I'm sick.
Got some, yeah, because he like summons a fucking chili dog and like lands it in Knuckles' face. But then Knuckles like grabs the pieces of the Master Emerald and then puts it back together. So now the Chaos Emerald and the Master Emerald exist at the same time now.
Yeah.
So what does the Master Emerald do now?
I
The question.
I guess it just does the thing that the Master Emerald does now.
The controller that unifies the chaos.
The servers are the 7 chaos.
They-
Farmers by the herd.
So then Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are like, yo, we should like team up and be like and like protect people. And they're like, yeah. And then they do like a 3-way fist bump, which is in this movie described as an unbreakable promise. Which is a great solution to a running gag in this movie. Whenever Knuckles shakes someone's hand, their hand breaks. So now Knuckles can like embrace people and like not hurt them.
Well, he just doesn't know his own strength.
Yeah. So then the final scene in the movie is, well, the second to final scene in the movie is they're at the baseball field from the first one. They're all playing baseball together. Knuckles punches the baseball through the fucking goal, or not the goal, the scoreboard. And they're like, that was our only ball. Let's get ice cream instead. And Knuckles is like a really cute thing where he's like, I win! Yes! I have conquered the second base.
Like every time he goes to a base, he's like, yes, I've conquered this.
He like points down at it and is like, I have now made my way
to the third base.
Knuckles' speech patterns are really, really cute. It was...
Does it also have grapes? You know,
it is very charming.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be kind of not funny, but it was very charming. Idris Elba did very well.
Yeah.
Sonic also says at the end of this movie, he's like, he repeats back to what Tom said earlier. I still got some growing up to do. Plus, I kind of like being a kid, which is nice. I think like that was definitely kids line movie in a kids movie kind of moment, but it was sweet, you know.
Sweet.
Yeah.
He also calls Tom Dad.
He calls him Dad.
Yeah.
He calls him Dad.
So now Sonic has a mom, a dad, and 2 brothers, and my heart is full. So they jump into the truck and they drive away to go get ice cream. But Sonic, the camera zooms into the Master Emerald. Sonic runs back. He's like, "Oh, don't forget this!" And then the credits roll.
Cooler. It's in a cooler.
It's in a cooler. It's like, oh, we can't forget this. And then the credits roll. And then after the initial credits, because it's not like the long. You don't have to stay to the very end of the credits, but after the animated credits, the GUN is going through the wreckage of the robot, and they're like, "Hey, Commander, we found something when we looked up Robotnik in our system," and it cuts to
Shadow. We got Shadow. Sonic Adventure 2 movie for Sonic 3. Peak cinema. Oh my god.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Project Shadow.
Oh my god! And you know, for the longest time, this was so obnoxious leading up to Sonic 2, because for the longest time, people were like, "Oh, you do realize if they're going to introduce Shadow in Sonic 2 for the post credits, he's gonna be a Sonic clone. You realize that, right?" And I don't know if that's like a thing that these types of movies usually do, or like the idea that these types of movies usually do. But no, they blatantly said, "Oh, 50 years ago." And government files and database, I was just like, no way! I was so
And
happy,
it's
dude.
and it's revealed in the Earth in the human world there are Sonic world things in it. So Gerald obviously could have gotten the inspiration to make Shadow that way.
There's
Yeah.
the labyrinth, and there's the fucking and then there's also the little temple in Siberia, which probably wasn't always, underground.
Mm-hmm. Like you can just straight up adapt Sonic Adventure 2.
Multiversal.
Eggman, he can literally just, as Eggman described it when he had the Chaos Emeralds, he can literally see everything. He can see everything. He can hear everything. He can,
He can hear the electricity in your brain.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, he's literally everywhere all at like once.
And
That's
I'm
another movie that came out.
dude, just
this
Sonic.
This whole movie series isn't a cash grab. It's just Jeff
It's a
Fowler's
love
AU.
letter.
It's
It
just
does.
it's just Jeff Fowler's AU, dude.
But it does print money.
It does print money, coincidentally.
The movie is just so fucking good, man. And
It's such a good fucking movie. And Sonic 3 is already adapting Peak, man.
and I could definitely see like Chaos, maybe like Chaos being like the big bad of movie like 2-3, a movie 3 where like after like Shadow maybe does his like face turn. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm gonna say though, I already said this on Twitter, but I'm gonna say though, I will not. I'm going to make it loud and apparent that they have to use live and learn at the end.
If they don't, it's
Please, God.
sacrilege.
No,
Please,
they
God.
If you are adapting Sonic Adventure 2 in any way and you do not use live and learn,
Or even open your heart in just any sense,
Flunk.
any of
Crush
those
40.
songs.
Please give Crush 40 time and jobs and money. Let them do
like
shit.
I did not mind with Sonic 1 and 2. Sonic 3, it's literally doing one of the most impactful Sonic games of all time. They have no fucking choice than to use live and learn. If I don't see Super Shadow and Super Sonic on screen, and that like, ooh, looks like it came back for more. Yeah. If I don't hear that, dude, I'm gonna be like stone faced throughout it all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry.
Be upset.
I'm gonna be upset.
whoa! Oh yeah, that part. I didn't do that part.
The balls in their court, man, and they like. I feel like it's such an easy way to go about it, but I know there's so many ways that they could flunk it for so many people. But I have full faith. I have full faith in Jeff Fowler that he's just listening to everyone. So I'm just hoping that Sonic 3 is going to be as peak as I'm already assuming it's going to be. I'm already counting my chickens.
If Tyson stays on as producer, then it better happen.
Yeah,
because he knows. He knows.
Yeah.
Like
Tyson I'm convinced that he would fight for live and learn to play.
Yeah.
He is our soldier. He's our strongest soldier.
He's on the front lines.
I think Tyson is working on the Knuckles series.
He's the head creative like storyboard guy, right? And character designer. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Because he mentioned that he's working on 2 like Sonic related thing recently.
Could possibly be Knuckles and maybe a Frontiers animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a lot of cool things about this movie. And I think one of the things that the movie tries to like bring home is that like Sonic is the how do I say, is the like heart and soul of like everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's the heart. He's the heart of like everything. He brought everybody together, and like even now he's like bringing people to the fucking theaters. $72 million. What the fuck?
Number one movie in America.
Number one movie in America.
Let's go.
And I'm sorry, but like I saw, but like somebody posted like this like Tumblr post where like they talked about how like Sonic has never like they've never seen Sonic written in like such a caring and like emotional way ever before. And like and like how he like hold on, I'll put the Tumblr post in our general chat here. I won't post like the
I actually
quotes
wanted
from
to
it.
read an excerpt from that.
Yeah.
We can link it in the description. It's a Tumblr post. It the what the fuck? Where is the thing?
I can get it to you. I'll just
The first paragraph is, I don't think I've seen Sonic say "I love you" to his family before. I don't remember seeing this in the games ever. And then they go on to say, I haven't seen his friendships be this warm and affectionate. Sure, there's high fives and pep talks, but Knuckles has never been so willing to pick up Tails and carry him on his shoulders with a warm smile. I've never seen him cheer for ice cream and jump in a truck like a little kid. It was adorable. I've never seen Sonic wear dresses that wasn't played as a trick or a joke. He was just actually enjoying himself. It was so cute.
Yeah.
The movie shows how valuable and loving friendship and found family can be, and in a world where we're told to devalue our own friendships because it's not as strong as romance, where that romance is told to be mandatory for everyone when everyone isn't like that, I think that's really important. This movie is phenomenal.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's peak fiction. Peak.
We will link that full post in the description. I'm sorry, I can't. Their Twitter name is like Japanese. Their Tumblr name is Japanese.
Takina Fiction.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it in the link.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. I really think that everybody, if you have, okay, yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday Cinemark has like $5 Tuesday. Go see it. Go see it right now.
Tickets are cheap on Sundays too. So
just go watch the Sonic movie.
I cannot fully. If you haven't seen it yet and you're like this far into the video, A, you don't care about spoilers, or B, what the hell are you doing?
I'm already
What's wrong with you?
I'm already being like really obnoxious, saying it's it's my favorite movie of all time. I don't care, but and I know Sonic 3 is going to be better because I said so, and I know it's going to be better. I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. But please, I mean, not that it matters now because this movie has sold like 73 fucking million tickets at this point. But support this movie. We need more movies, we need more video game movies to have this much soul and heart in them. And we need it to be blatantly obvious that we want a Sonic 3, and we want like a huge saturation in this type of fucking this Sonic movie continuity, man.
Our boy Zach Rakowski is making that possible. I'm sure.
What were you gonna say, Matt?
Sonic Peak. We need Sonic Peak. But
just seeing Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles like running, destroying robots on the big screen together just made me feel like I was 8 years old again. You know?
Yeah.
If you want to feel young again, if you crave your youth,
and family,
look out down below. Sonic is on the go.
You want that good found family shit. If that's what gets you going.
Because funnily enough, when I went to the theater, when I was driving to the theater, I put on the Sonic vocal tracks, like sound like playlist that I have on Spotify, and Weekend started playing as I entered the theater, and I was like, yeah.
We can make it. We've went through the movie. We've discussed pretty much everything top to bottom. Is there anything else?
No, I think we're done. But the next episode, we have a next episode. That one, we got some scrungy little. We got a scrungy little rat to talk about. A little rat to talk about.
From one rat to another,
motherfucker.
I've been holding it in.
It's not. It's definitely not. It's not Combat Wombat, but
Combat Wombat.
Combat Wombat.
Go see Combat Wombat in theaters.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching and listening and just fucking vibing. This is a 2-hour podcast. I'm uploading all of it with no editing, so suffer.
Oh no! What about the audio? Not delay. The
I'll work around.
He'll fix it.
Oh god, it's too far. Part 1 of the podcast. Part 2 of the podcast.
Yeah, one is like an hour, and the other one is like
the 3-hour episode.
You made me look up Combat Wombat.
look up the poster for Combat Wombat. That's peak fiction right there.
Say the line.
I was like, what the fuck?
No,
is
hold on.
Combat
Before I
Wombat?
say the line, Martin, thank you for joining. Boost, thank you for joining. Plug your things.
Subscribe to Boostifer, watch Sonic Onslaught, support my stop motion animations. They're cool. You'll like them, probably. No, you're gonna like them. You're gonna like them.
If you
You're
like
gonna
this
like
movie,
them,
you like
or
Boost.
else.
I guarantee it. I have, for some reason, my YouTube video is doing well, but I don't really care about that. You can
All of
I
your
don't
YouTube videos are doing well. It's ridiculous.
Watch Blast
Stupid.
of the Past, Marty's
Yeah.
series on Figure 8.
I'm you know. And well, that's for another time. We'll be talking about more Sonic comic related instances and such
At a future time.
at a future time. It will happen.
So,
Yeah,
thank you all so much for listening to our review of Sonic 2, and we will see you next adventure.
Fuck you.